so I've not long got back. The meal was absolutely lovely. We went to one of those Brazilian steakhouses where you basically they just keep coming around. They've got like the meat on the steak and just keep bringing around different types of meat and, you know, going, oh, would you like a bit of this, would you like a bit of that? I really like the minted lamb in this place. It is lovely. But yeah, I've been to this place quite a few times and yeah, it is really nice. So yeah, really glad everyone else enjoyed it as much as what I enjoy it. And then we stopped at a little shop on the way back to our buses called Sorenstren Green. It's a Danish, it started in Denmark and they've now got branches throughout different parts of Europe. I believe I've heard of it being in Holland, the Netherlands. Obviously it's in Denmark. I know there's a few branches throughout the UK. And it's just got all different sorts of stuff. It's got like some bacon bits in, home decor, and like craft supplies, some stationery and stuff like that. So I did get a couple of bits. But I thought I'd show you what I've got. So we did Secret Santa. I got some bits from Lush when I was there the other day with my sister for my Secret Santa. The gift I got was lovely mug and some socks. It's come with it, but sorry, that's the dog. That's Buddy. Been trying to stop him from jumping up on filming. But yeah, I got a mug and sock set, a Hello Kitty one, which is absolutely adorable with little strawberries on. So that is super cute, and it looks like the design of it's supposed to be like it's embroidered, which I think is very cool because we are a craft group. That's how we've all met, is through crafting. So yeah, we've all met through crafting. Then I got a diary and it comes with a little pen. It's like a little Highland cow. Isn't that adorable? When I was out getting Christmas cards the other day, I was actually wondering like, oh, do I pick up a diary now or do I wait a bit until close to the end of the year? I have wanted to get a little diary like this that's week to view to keep in my bag for next year, just because I know things are going to be... I need some way to organise my time. I do use my phone, but quite often I find it easy to visualise having it written down on paper. And like, it depends how it's viewed. You know, if you've got a whole month to view going between all the settings, no, it gets complicated. So yeah, I really knew for next year I am going to need a little week to view diary. So the fact that I got a week to view diary that can fit in your bag, that's perfect for me. So yeah, Gina is a mind reader, even though she didn't know I was going to get her gift. And then this, oh my god. So for those of you who don't know, basically it's this family tree art, so you can create that family tree on there. I suppose you're supposed to put like your kids, your parents, your partners, maybe siblings, stuff like that. No, I'm doing ancestors on mine because I'm a genealogist and I think this is absolutely amazing. Yeah, I think that is fabulous. So I'll probably put names of people on the hearts, and then it's got the butterflies in there, and butterflies really mean a lot to me because when I was a young girl, I must have been 7, maybe 8, when, no, I must have been a bit older than that. Say around 8, 9, when 7, 8, 9, when my granddad passed away, and it was the first, you know, relative who I'd lost that I could remember. Like, I'd lost a great grandmother when I was 11 months old, but obviously don't remember that. But my granddad passed away when I was around 7, 8, 9, and I was really close to this granddad. And, you know, obviously it really upset me, and it's the first time I've had to process something like that. And he lived in like a retirement complex, so there were, you know, it was a building where loads of people who had retired lived there, where they ran activities, but it wasn't like a nursing home or a care home, but they did have staff in there. And I remember running in with me and my dad a few days after my granddad had passed away. We ran into one of the cleaners at this retirement complex in Morrison's, the supermarket, and, you know, she was offering her condolences, saying how she was so sorry for our loss and things like that. And then she bent down to me, and she said which country she was from. I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say it's the Philippines or Malaysia, but it couldn't be 100%. But she said where she comes from, they believe that when someone passes away, their soul comes back as a butterfly, and that's their way of saying that I'm okay, and I'm doing fine. And basically, this woman, the day after my granddad had passed away in the funeral home, I came, she went into his room to go and start cleaning, you know, the floors and stuff like that, you know, just general dust and hoover up for us. And she noticed a butterfly flying over his bed, and she said, you know, that from as soon as I saw that, I knew your granddad was okay, and he's happy, and he's, you know, he's fine. And I really clung on to that as a little kid, and I always knew my granddad's okay because he was a butterfly in the bedroom. And that just, you know, that's always stuck in my head since then. And so that's why butterflies really mean a lot to me. So for it to have the little butterflies on there, I think it is meant to be that I put my ancestors on there rather than like siblings, parents, kids. Because if I start putting siblings, parents and kids, I've got 2 parents, 1 sister, and no kids and no partner. I've got 10 hearts, and like 10 of the big hearts and 10 of the mini one. That's not a lot of hearts to get filled. So yeah, that's what the plan is with that. So I said that we went to Sorenstrom Green. The dog is knocking you all over the place. He's not being very considerate. Yeah, you can go and sit on the other couch. So basically, the dogs unintentionally started wearing a different bandana every month. When we took him to the groomers, they put on a Halloween bandana because it was just before Halloween. We thought it was cute. We kept it on him. Then at the beginning of November, we were at Pets at Home, and they were selling poppy bandanas in aid of the British Legion. So we were like, we're going to get him a poppy bandana then. So then he wore that through November. And now he's got a Christmas one that I got from Poundland. Well, no, it's not Poundland anymore. I'm not sure what it's called, but basically it used to be Poundland. That says Santa's Little Helper on it. It's red and red plaid. Yeah, so basically now the dog's starting to wear a new bandana every month. He will reuse them. So when it comes to October next year, Halloween's one's coming out. November, the poppy one's coming out. We're not buying a new one every month, but we're going to have 12 different bandanas, effectively. So, for the months where it's a bit more like, you know, not necessarily a theme, I'm like trying to get some fabrics together or get bandanas that I think are like, you know, a bit more neutral for those certain months. And I'm going to like create one for each month. And I know I'm going to have to end up sewing some of them. But when I was in Sorenstrom Green, I saw these 2, they're called patchworks, but I think it's just like a fat quarter. So we've got the green. Now, it is mistletoe on there, I think, but I think that could go for like a January one. And then got blue with little stars on. So that's really pretty. So I got them to making bandanas for the dog. I know, we've gone, yeah, but, you know, he looks adorable. Then I got to put on my bookcase. I absolutely think these are gorgeous, and I love having tea lights in when I'm working up there, having candles lit and the scent of it. And so I do have like a little tea light holder thing that I bought in Tunisia, so I thought this would be quite cute to go in the little house. And the windows have got gaps in so that the light will come through there. It's obviously got the gap at the back, and then holes at the top for any smoke to come out. But yeah, I thought that's really cute, really adorable. So yeah, that is gonna go upstairs in the back bedroom, because there is a small desk in there, and the provisional plan is when I get a job, if there are days where I can work from home, I'd work from home in there. And once I finish my exams, I'm like finish my December exams. I've still got one exam in January, but I will also have to pass a few exams for my solicitor's qualifying exam to train as a solicitor. So that's going to be like a little revision space and things like that, where I can put my notes and work from there. Because I don't want to set the desk up in my bedroom, because I know the minute I do that, I'll start getting into the habit of like working in the bedroom, because, you know, I'll find it hard to shut my brain off at night. And I struggle with sleep anyway. Before this medication change, I struggle with my sleep. I've got PTSD that causes night terrors, so the last thing I need is something to make it harder for me to sleep. Anyway, I've rambled on quite a lot here, so I'm gonna go put my stuff away, and I will speak to you all in a little bit when hopefully I've managed to get something done. So I thought I'd combine 2 days in once, because I didn't get time to craft much last night, and I spent most of today sat as being like a hermit on the dining room table studying, because I'm starting to panic about the tests. Yeah, my main fear is that we've got flu in the family now. So my nephew came unwell through nursery, because, you know, they catch everything in nursery, they all share. And then my sister and my mum have now caught whatever he's got. My sister got a call from the GP, and they did test him, like to see if he needs antibiotics and stuff like that. And it is that big flu that's going around. Me, my mum, dad have all had flu jabs. I'm not sure whether my sister has or not. But anyway, us three have at least had flu jabs because we've got underlying health conditions. So yeah, hopefully it stops us getting too ill. As I said, my mum's got it at the moment, so just keep an eye on her. She seems to be doing okay. Is a very, very strong word. She feels terrible, but she's not seriously ill, that sort of thing. Same with my sister. She feels absolutely rotten. She feels really terrible, but she's not seriously ill. So, you know, silver linings. I'm starting to panic because I've got my exams next week, and I'm panicking that if I come down with it, I'm gonna be too ill to do my exams. Now, because I do have medical conditions that do vary, so like some days are worse than others and things like that, I do have on my like disability plan sort of thing on how they support you, like when you learn. Covers everything, including how you get out in the building if there's fire, you know, things like that. Covers absolutely everything. But on that, it says that I can self-declare as too ill to do the exam. But what that then means is that I'd have to do it in the next run, which would be in March, which will then push back my graduation, makes it like I'd have to be waiting for potentially just one exam, maybe two, before graduating and getting jobs and things like that. And then it also means that I'm going months without teaching, because I wouldn't get any teaching because I've been taught that lesson already. So yeah, that's been going around the head with the anxiety, which is yeah. And you know, it's a little thing like, you're like, flu, hope I don't get it, and then my mind goes straight to worst case scenario. I'm gonna have to not sit my exam. Oh yeah. And then, so that thought will come into my head. I then have to spend myself 10 minutes trying to calm myself down, rationalise thoughts and things like that. Go through like the map of thinking that I did with cat therapy. And yeah, it just takes time out of, like, by the time you finish, you've missed half an hour of revising. So I've basically spent the whole day revising. I did manage to spend an hour this evening watching some Vlogmases and crocheting. So here's, oops, yeah, needs to start one. Here's what we've got on the bauble. The bauble looks really pretty in the book, the design, so I can't wait to see it worked up. That doesn't do it justice with how pretty I think it is. Yeah, that doesn't. Starting to there. This section now is about it's like children's mittens design. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing how that works up. The dog's just wandering around because he knows that, because I've started getting ready for bed, to go upstairs and get ready for bed. And so he's now like, I want to go up to bed, I want to get cuddled in bed. He's now got his Christmas bandana on, Santa's little helper. So yeah, I think he's going to get a shower tomorrow. It's either getting a shower tomorrow or Saturday. He's not going to be thrilled either way, whichever way it is, but he needs it. There's Crafty, aren't you? So yeah, we will see. Anyway, I'm going to get going, make this little guy happy by going to bed and getting cuddled up, and I will speak to you all tomorrow. If you're in the UK, I hope you're managing to stay safe away from this flu, and if you're anywhere else in the world, I hope you've all just got good health at the moment. But yeah, take care, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Bye.